Hello out there in the world of do-it-yourselfers, DIY handyman. We are here today to show you basic landscaping skills for low cost. And we're going to take this half of what was grass and we're going to turn it into something we have a work in progress right now, into this here. Now we're going to add some more stones, some more logs here, and then we have an olive tree. What we're trying to do is, we're in an area where there's not a lot of water right now. We're in drought. So this was grass area before, now it would dry. So the homeowners don't want grass anymore. Now, keep in mind you have this mulch here. It's on a slope. So what happens when it rains? Well, it's going to wash that down. This is something temporary because before winter, they're going to build a deck over this whole area around this tree and it really looks sharp. So you can imagine this now on this side. This would be a bed. And then there's going to be gravel and rock design, kind of a rock garden, if you will, over the top of it. These rocks, we went to the mountains and found them. Went out in the woods and we found these rocks with moss on them and everything else. So they're very inexpensive that way. The mulch was on sale at Lowe's for $2 a bag. We got 5 for $10. And then we just got the perimeter, it was $54. And was exactly like 64 feet, something like that, lineal feet. And we put it in. We laid down a bed first, so we wouldn't have the weeds coming up. And this will then serve under the deck, so weeds won't grow. And then we'll do the landscape on this side, which will have gravel over the top. So let me show you how to get a basic landscape in, and then you can kind of do what you want with it. So let's go ahead and get started. And we'll show you what we're going to do there. So to get started, very simple, right? You can go in, kind of level this out a little bit, clean this up some, because you don't want a lot of high humps in it, right? We need to take some of this dirt down here. We'll take some down so that we don't have to build up our mulch too high. The landscaping fabric will lay this down so that it prevents the weeds from growing up underneath the mulch, right? You want your perimeter 60 foot. Buy this at Lowe's or Home Depot. Really simple, with your stakes. Take your stakes, 8 in the package in these. Take your stakes, you're going to drive them in on the sides. Now, this has squared off corners, so you can buy squared corners to go with it so you're not rounded here. If you want to stay rounded, you don't need squared corners. So we're going to come back and put squared corners in as well. I have my specialty tool, my grandfather's old sheetrocking hammer. Rubber hammer, that's your chest, but a rubber hammer would be a little hard, depends on how the ground is. We have a lot of roots in here. And then a pair of snips, or you can use tin snips or pruning shears. They'll work to cut off your edging. Okay? That's what we're going to need. Now, what do we have in cost? We have it costs about $100 right here to run 60 foot of this edging. And to lay out this area of not even 100. We got 100 with the actual landscaping sheeting for both sides. We have a 300-foot roll. So you're going to look about $80 to do this area. And then with mulch, you're about $100. So yeah, that's about right. Mulch, we need about 25 bags in here to cover this nicely. So let's get started. We're going to start running our perimeters. We'll show you that. And then we'll lay out first the sheeting, then run a perimeter over the top of that so we make sure we got really good coverage. And then we'll spread this in. We'll put a few plants in here. We'll bring in some more rocks and so forth. We're going to make a little creek out in the middle here. It won't really run with water. So the small fountain might come up over here then, where the water is just going to recycle it. We're not going to try to waste a lot of water. We're trying to be very ecological friendly here with the turquoise looking rocks that we found. And this is going to be very low cost. I mean, if we, with the fountain here, run $200 for this landscaping, that's going to be a lot. So let's go through and let's show you some clips of what we're doing here and show you what it looks like afterwards. DIY handyman. So the landscaping fabric is in. We've got it lapping up the sides a little bit. We'll go back and tuck it in. We're going to put in the landscaping edging now. And we go around the sides as well. And that's going to be able to hold everything in place. If you're on a tier like this, and if you're slanted like this, it's best to tier this out. But like I said, we're going to come back over, and it's just going to be a base for us to put gravel over later. It kind of mix a little bit and show. We're going to kind of make this look like the mountain area that we're in. Let's get started. So It's better when you're putting this edging in. If you got sun, you can lay it out and let it kind of soften up some. Lay it out straight and let's soften up some. And you want to make sure that you're going to get your edging the height you want to give that. But it's real simple to put in. The cutting is very simple. Your shears or your tin snips or a pair of garden scissors, you're just going to cut it up. You can actually, if you want to, I'm cutting this straight because we're going to come back and put in 45-degree corners. So it's a real simple process to cut this. It's real simple to put in. You can do this. So now we've got the actual landscape liner in, the molding in, and we're putting in the mulch. Right, so then we'll come back on our corners and put in the 90s. Like I said, 45s earlier, the 90-degree corners. And then we're going to work on putting up a little rock design for our fountain. And then we'll come back and put a few little plants in here that are low water consumption. So let's go ahead and just keep taking a look at what we're doing. The mulch now. Now this mulch here only costs about $2 a bag. Well, depends. $2 to $4 a bag, depends on when you buy it. Every summer you can buy this at Lowe's. It's on sale. It's $5 for $10 or $2 a bag is what they told me. So it's a real cheap way. Now remember, the mulch will run with water, so you're gonna have to have terraces if you got a slope. All right, just keep that in mind. These lights I was able to pick up also at Home Depot. They were like 12 bucks. They're solar lights. They make a really nice difference at nighttime. So we got both this landscape today. A little bit more to finish up in our creek bed. One more day, more rocks, and a few plants to put in, and we are done landscaping for all under $200. You can do this yourself. DIY Handyman. We'll see you in the next video.